Good morning, my yarny friends. I'm Sara Sach, and welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara. Now, just a reminder, we try to do this every Tuesday, 10:30 Central Time. And because remember, I moved to Oklahoma, I'm no longer in Colorado. We're all settled into our new house now, and I decided just to leave the time the same, which means in Colorado it was 9:30 a.m., but in Oklahoma it's 10:30 a.m. And of course it depends on daylight savings time and where you live. So what you need to do if you're not sure is just Google what time is 10:30 Central Time in your area, and it'll just pop right up and tell you. The other thing I wanted to remind you is the YouTube channel is Sara Sach Crochet Designs. And I also wanted to show you there's no H in Sara. The H is in the Sach. And it is pronounced Sach. I can't tell you how many times people correct me on my own name. Your first name's spelled wrong and your last name's not pronounced right. Oh well. Last week we forgot to clink in. So I got some happy mail this week with this wonderful mug. It says happy every day. This is a Pioneer Woman cup that I got in some happy mail this week. Thank you, Diane. I love it. I'm actually drinking peach mango tea. I'm trying really hard to not drink as much coffee because right now I have to go in every week for my blood pressure checks. And my doctor said, you know, you should cut back on your coffee just a little bit. He said, how many cups do you drink a day? I said, just a couple. He goes, how big's your cup? I didn't tell him. So anyway, I did go yesterday because I go on Mondays. We do them at different times of the day just to see, you know, how my blood pressure is doing. It was perfect yesterday, so woohoo! I also got this in the mail this week. Great big crosswords. Crossword puzzles are my favorite. I like, you know, word searches and a lot of the other ones, but crossword puzzles are my favorite. And she sent me this and this. And this and the conversation that I had with her reminded me that I had not been to Dollar Tree yet. So be looking for a video about Dollar Tree tomorrow. Now, before we get in, I am still coughing a little. Don't let that bother you. I am still getting a little bit of, I lost my whole train of thought right then. Take two. Okay. It's been a little bit serious around here lately. And so I was kind of fun. I got an email from Kim. She sent me some jokes. So I'm going to tell you a couple of them. So I'm terrible at telling jokes. So just pretend that it's really funny because they really are funny. Okay. The first one is, why do spiders spin webs? No one ever taught them to crochet. You know, if I was not afraid of spiders, I would. When we lived in Tulsa, you know, 15 years ago, 1 second. We used to have tarantulas in our backyard occasionally. They aren't dangerous at all. They're not poisonous or anything, but they just scared the daylights out of me. Okay, next one. How many sheep does it take to make a blanket? None. Sheep don't know how to crochet, and I have a feeling they don't know how to knit either. I added that last little part of my own. Alrighty, I'm going to tell you one more. Let's see. What are the steps of learning to crochet? It's a chain of events. It all starts with a chain most of the time, right? All right. She sent me a few other ones. I'm going to save those for next week. Okay, the last thing she says on this is it says, a world without crochet would be a dull and lifeless place. And that's really true. And the thing about crochet that I really, really love is a knitting machine can mimic knitting. I mean, it can. It can do whatever you can do knitting on a machine. But there has not been a machine or robot or anything designed that can do crochet. It takes a human's fingers and their mind. I love that. All right. Now, before we get into talking about some of these other things, I want to talk about this blanket that's behind me. This is our new Chevron Scrap Happy blanket. I did the video not yesterday, but last Monday, and it ended up having quite a few errors in the video itself. Now, we've gone in and fixed it, but I want to explain to you what happened. When we're doing pattern editing, this is my big boo-boo, my big mistake, and my most humbling experience lately. I'm going to say lately because I'm not perfect and I do, make mistakes. But what we did is what happens is we email back and forth and we print them off. And I print on the backs of my papers. You can see like this. Yeah, this has got all kinds of changes and things in it. Okay, and different colored ink pens and things. So what happened is when I printed off the completed edited version of the pattern, and because I do that so that I can make notes on it and film it, because there's certain things I say in the videos I may not say, on the blog where the pattern is printed. And so when I printed off the final copy, which this one is not that one, it's a different pattern, I printed off the unedited version instead of the edited version. At one point, we were going to do the blanket great big and then give you sizes to bring it down. Well, in talking with some of my testers, we decided to make it smaller and then give you information to make it wider and longer as you want to. And so when I filmed the video, I used the wrong paper. I printed off the wrong sheet that was it was edited a few times, but from there we needed to edit it more times, because when you're doing a crochet pattern, there are lots of edits. It's just not once, and we change numbers, we change sizing, things like that. And so when I filmed the video, I just feel I was confident we had it right and everything, which we did. I just used the wrong piece of paper because I didn't remember, because I was editing lots of other things as well. And so the mistakes on the video are mine. I'll take credit, nobody else's. I won't blame it on my testers or anything. It was just a really humbling experience. We have gone in and added updates to it. So make sure that you go down underneath the video, and always do this, and click on that description box underneath, and it will give you anything new and edited on there. Okay? The pattern on the blog's been updated. The pattern in Ravelry and on that pattern has been updated. And we updated the video. It was just an extremely humbling experience. And, I would love to blame it on the fact that I was super duper sick, and I probably shouldn't have been doing the video. I mean, my brain was, like mashed potatoes for a while. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that it wasn't anybody's mistake but mine. And it was, like I said, very humbling experience. And so, yesterday, when I put out the new pattern, I worked so hard, on our top here to get it right and to make sure that the numbers were right and everything. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you all about that. If you want to make the blanket behind me, it's all been updated and edited. And on the video, the notes are underneath in that description box. It's a really basic pattern, and so it's really not hard. It's all stitched in the back loop only, alternating rows of single crochet and double crochet. I mean, it's a really simple, basic pattern. And if you're not sure, you can always click that link that's on the blog, and that gives you all the pictures and everything as well. All right. One thing to remember in making anything is to measure, 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 and then measure again. Always keep tape measures handy. There are so many people, even people who sew, that don't measure, and I don't understand that. They'll make a complete outfit, whether you're sewing, knitting, crocheting, and if you don't measure as you go, it may not fit. Everybody has different body shapes, head shapes, you know, so make sure that you measure, and measure again. All right, let's talk about what's new this week, and then we're going to talk about a few other things as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go over here. This is our Wildflower washcloth. I wanted it to be a little bit open and, you know, so that you can use it as a washcloth. But I also wanted you to be able to use it as a doily. And so it's a nice size. It's about 10 by 10. Here's just a candle that I had in my bathroom that I'm going to put this on because I have a sunflower bathroom. It's a really basic pattern. It's very simple. You're doing in circles until we decide to make the edges come up for the shapes of the petals. And you'll notice I have it on a blocking board. On this video, the Wildflower washcloth video, at the end of the video, I show you just a simple way to block your washcloth. Now, I know when you wash a washcloth, it's not going to keep the blocking. You know, it goes out of shape, and especially if you're making it out of cotton, which I've made all of mine out of cotton from my yarn scraps. When you make it out of cotton, the sizing comes off that's on there, and it kind of puffs up a little, which I really like. And that's going to happen when you block as well. And so if you want to use this as a doily, I recommend you do block it. If you're going to use it as just a washcloth, you don't really have to. One really cool thing about this is if you want to give this as a gift, you can take it and roll it like this and tie a ribbon and make it into pretty little flower buds to give as a gift. And it's a really fun little thing you can do. The best part about this project to me is you can use up some of your yarn scraps that maybe you don't know what to do with. I mean, like this one is variegated with two different colors, where this one is all variegated except for the center. And I like to keep the center separate in a different color. I mean, you could do it all in the same, but to me it doesn't look as much like a flower if you do the whole thing all in one color without making the center different. And of course, this one is my favorite, the one that I've got blocking, because I think that it looks like a sunflower, or a wildflower, like a black-eyed Susan. And black-eyed Susans look like sunflowers, only smaller. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but they're all over down here in the South. Okay, so that one we did for Friday Fun Day. Now, yesterday we did this. This is our Tropicana summer top. It's a really easy top. It's a great way if you've never ever made a top. This is a fun pattern to work with because it's basically two rectangles, and we used rows of shells and rows of mesh to make this fun pattern on it. And this yarn is the Karen Blossom yarn. It's losing its label. There we go. I had a face of me. Okay, this one is called, I can't remember what it's called. Where did I put that label? Oh, here it is. I knew I had it sitting down here. This one is called Tropical Blooms, which is why I called it Tropicana. And this one to me looks like the colors of the crayon box. And it is called Radiant Rainbow. Okay, and if you make the small and medium size, you just need one cake. But as the sizes get bigger, you're going to, of course, need more yarn. And the pattern is written for sizes small through 2X. One thing to remember about this pattern is it is made to be loose and airy. And this one here is made in the large size, I believe. And my model here, she's more of a medium. So it's a super easy pattern. Someone said, oh gosh, I wish it had sleeves. If you want to add sleeves, after you make your armhole, you can just stitch around that and make the sleeve bigger if you want. But I like the idea of using it as, say, over your bathing suit, and then you can just add more rows if you want it longer. Okay, so it's super versatile. Go by the sizes, measure, measure, measure to make your width. And then you make two rectangles. And if you want it longer, because we start from the bottom and work up, and if you want it longer, when we end with this row right here of our open weave mesh, you can add as many rows as you want of that mesh to make it longer, and then add your top portion and then sew your side seams. And we do leave it open at the bottom so that there's a split, and you don't have to do that. You can close that. And that's what I'm saying. It's a super versatile pattern, and it's a really great pattern to learn with. It's perfect for summer. Like this, I've got a tank top underneath there, just a bright pink one. You can wear it over a tank top, over a sundress. I have a plain solid yellow sundress that's kind of cut up high, and I think this would look pretty on top of it. But I'll probably make it more with some, it has some yellow in it, but the sundress is like a bright yellow. So anyway, it's a really neat pattern, and it's a really fun pattern just to learn, how to work with two rectangles and make it into a fun summer top. All right. The yarn itself is a medium weight number 4. If you want to make this out of a totally cotton, you can. If you want to make it out of acrylic, you can. It would be beautiful in ombre. Any yarn will work as long as it's a medium weight number 4. Okay, and we do use an eye hook, which is a 5.5, just to give it a little bit of more give. But you can always go up a hook size if you want it to be even more open and lacy. If you want it to be a little bit tighter, go down a hook size. Just keep in mind your rectangles will be smaller and your length will be shorter. Okay, and that's where measure, measure, measure is important. And we worked really hard on this, getting it right. And this one's mine, by the way. I'm going to wear this one. I think it's beautiful, and I love it. I was going to wear it today, but I got errands to run today, and I'm already dressed. So anyway, that is what we did this week. We did the Wildflower washcloth and the Tropicana top, summer top. All right, so some fun things coming up. I'm going to give you a little hint about Friday because I want you to be able to have what you need to work the pattern. And you're going to need a 6-inch metal or plastic ring. Now, I bought this at Hobby Lobby. I bought 6 of them, I think. Or no, I bought 4. I bought 4 of them. They're $1.29 a piece. Can you see that? Let me turn it so you can see it. There we go. $1.29 a piece. And you're going to need one of these or more if you want to make more of what we're making. And I'm not going to tell you, but get in your yarn stash and have some of your acrylic or cotton medium weight number 4 yarn ready. We're going to make something super fun, and it's something that I'm going to decorate my patio with. And so you should make some too. And again, you can use any yarn you want, cotton or acrylic, and long as it's a medium weight number 4. All right, let me see. I think I've covered everything. I don't have a lot on here, but I do want to talk about one more thing. I noticed somebody mentioned my coughing again. Yes, I'm still coughing a little bit. It's just residual. I do have some new meds. The doctor gave me some new meds for when you have high blood pressure. You can't take antihistamine, and so you have to take something else. And it all started with allergies and just went into an infection. Okay, so I'm actually feeling great. I just have a scratchy voice. So anyway, I wanted to cover one more thing before I go. And that is, for some reason, well, let me back up just a little bit. Our winner for March, she already received her box of goodies, and I'm glad. God, they're super fast, and I love that. I love that when it gets there super fast. So anyway, and it brings me to this note. I got a comment on Instagram, or on not Instagram, on YouTube that said that I don't use a random generator, which I do. That I choose people myself, which I don't. What I do when we do a giveaway is the first Tuesday of the month, I show you what the giveaway is. You need to comment on that first Tuesday of the month. That's all you have to do to be included in the giveaways every month. And, well, there's Rosie. And then into the 2 weeks, I give you 2 weeks to enter. And then on that third Tuesday of the month, I announce the winner. Well, how we choose the winner is called a random generator. We copy and paste all the names off the live and those who watch it later video, and they go in that random generator. Okay, and all you have to do is like hit the button, and it kind of does this thingy where it goes around, and then it shows it. Okay, so then when the name comes up, I check my list and make sure you haven't won in the last year. If you haven't won, then you're the winner, and I announce your name. If you've already won once this year, then I choose a second name. And for some reason, I had this person want to argue with me about my giveaways. And so what I'm going to say, do not take this wrong. I love doing giveaways. And I am not going to stop doing them because one or two people think that they don't like the way that I do them, okay? I love giving stuff away. Especially yarn and yarny things. And I enjoy it, and I'm still going to give giveaways every month. Nobody's going to stop me. Because I love for you guys to get goodies, you know? And I know the chances of winning are slim. I know that because there's so many of you. But I want you all to at least have a chance, right? And so if you see any negativity out there, please let me know. And so that we can get it stopped. The whole thing about my channel is this. This is a place for us to get away from negativity. It's a way for us to, just for maybe 30 minutes of our day, especially on Tuesdays, to get away from the cares of ourself, our sicknesses, and our health issues, our families, our friends, work, other things, the world, and all. We all have a lot of burdens. All of us do. We all have things that weigh us down. And if we can get away from all of that for just 30 minutes and laugh, tell some silly jokes, talk about yarn, then I've accomplished what I want to do. Because you all mean the world to me. I see your names come up. I love when I recognize names that I see all the time. And I even love when I get new names that I don't recognize. That's why I say, if you've never watched my videos before, post it on there and I'll shout your name out loud. You know that? Because I like people to know that people are here and we're having fun and we're not going to allow negativity to pull us down. No way, no how. And the other thing is, if you don't care for the giveaways, it's okay. It really is. Just don't comment that, when that happens, when we do the giveaway. It's okay. Not everybody's going to like a giveaway, We're all different. We all like different things. It's no different than I like crochet and somebody else likes knitting. We're just different. But we're not going to stop doing what we love, right? All right. So, what department did I find the metal rings? They're over in the, okay, so I got them at Hobby Lobby, and at the back of the store where they have all the frames and things, on the right side are all the frames and then the place where they cut the frames. And then on the left side, they have like all the acrylic paints and leather goods. It's in that particular area. They're not always in the same place. That's the only thing. But they have a whole lot of different sizes of metal rings. Whole lot of different sizes. And let me read to you what it says just to make sure. This says steel ring. $1.29. And the category just says crafts. And it's a 6-inch, 3 millimeters thick. That's this. Okay, and then 6 inches. So, super cheap, $1.29. Now, I forgot what I was going to say. Another alternative to this, and I just remembered this as you were talking, is if you buy Folgers coffee or the old Crisco containers that have the big round lids and the cream Cool Whip lids, you can use the ring on the outside of that for this. It'll be a little thinner. It won't be as sturdy, but it can be used. And you just cut the plastic out of the center and use that hard edge of the ring. We did that in Girl Scouts. I just remembered that when I was in Girl Scouts, because I don't know why, but it was just something that we used when we made these. So it is something I made in Girl Scouts. And boy, was that a long time ago. Alrighty. So anyway, this type of ring can also be found at Joann's and Michael's both. I just happened to pick mine up at Hobby Lobby because Hobby Lobby's like 2 miles from my house. So I'm going to go where it's close. And I have asked Michael's over and over to build a store closer to me, and they just won't do it. Of course, I've only lived in this house for 4 months, so. If you have any pull with Michael's craft stores, tell them we need a store by Yukon and Mustang, okay? I love Michael's stores. I love Hobby Lobby and Joann's too, but Michael's, I just really loved Michael's. I had a really good rapport with the people in the Parker Michael's store, and I just wish we would get one closer. Yes, there is macrame stuff, Sandra, by these rings. You are exactly right. There's that rope, the jute and stuff like that. You're right. It's right by those. And if you can't find it, just ask somebody. They'll tell you. And if you're like me, I just wander through the store. It's so huge. And I can get all my steps in. So anyway, that's all I've got for you. I want you to keep on crocheting. Keep calm and crochet on like my sign says. Oh, my donut's covering my sign. Oh, no, that's my pizza pillow. All right. On that note, I'm going to let you go and just tell you thank you. Thank you for being a part of my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. And please let your friends know, because we're getting so close to 75,000 subs. And when we do that, I want to have a spectacular party. All righty. I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye now.